in honor of Thanksgiving. This week, I'm giving you a peek into our Mastermind group, the Travis Sims Coaching Discussion Group, where we recently talked about being thankful, having gratitude, even for the smallest things. It might seem really difficult right now when things are tough and many families are separated at Thanksgiving. But I want you to start with being thankful for the little things. Start with thankful for waking up, the bed that you sleep in, being thankful for the person beside you, the roof over your head. In today's podcast, we'll be sharing lots of tricks and tips to teach you how to be thankful for the little things in your life. Great daily practices of an attitude of gratitude.
My name's Travis Sims, and I am the founder and CEO of AGC Accelerated Global Connections. And this is the AGC Experience.
Banner season. It's about mailboxes, not inboxes. Building better relationships has never been easier. Using our platform, you can easily send a card and personalized gift to anyone with a simple tap or click. Or, fully automated, stop the digital overload and do something that will mean so much more. Banner season is the easiest way to wow people and the way for you to really get their attention. Develop stronger relationships, increase revenue, and improve your retention. You know you've reached an entirely new level when you inspire customer referrals and you don't have to consistently ask for them. For more information, contact Bo Young at 320-249-1576 or go to betterappreciation.com.
Gratitude for me, gratitude is taking time to pause. Taking time to pause and realize what we're truly thankful for, what we have gratitude for, what we're grateful for. And when you think in gratitude, it's everybody always thinks of the big things. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be grateful for the big things. I mean, people go, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for, the house that I live in. Fantastic. Absolutely. Let's take it a little bit deeper. Are you thankful for the roof over your head? Are you thankful for the walls that conceal you from the elements? Are you thankful for the indoor plumbing that you have? Are you thankful for the electricity that you're provided? Are you thankful and grateful for the small things, the minimal things? And so every day, probably now for, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you how old I am. By the way, I'm having a birthday tomorrow. I turn 45 tomorrow, and I am grateful for all 45 years, every day, every second that I've had good health, just able to take a new breath of the day. Tomorrow's my birthday. And so for likely, I'm gonna say at least 10 years, probably longer. For 10 years, I wake up every morning and I'm grateful for starting the day. I'm grateful for taking the breath that I'm taking in that moment. And I guarantee you, if you start your morning with gratitude, it will affect how you handle the rest of your day. I mean, the rest of your day, that is the moment you wake up, maybe even before you get out of bed, you lay there just for a minute and you think about the things that you're grateful for. And I found this to be a really good practice to be able to list out in my mind the things that I'm most grateful for. And I then later, and this is another topic for discussion on a later time, I then go into, after I go through my list of gratitude items, I will then go into my daily affirmations, the things that I want to attract to my life, and the things that, help lift me up, the things that help create the confidence that maybe you see that I have to work at every single day. And so, but let's go back to gratitude. And gratitude, I'd love to know from you as you're in this chat, and I can put these up on the screen as well. If you're in this chat, I'd love you to tell me some of the things that you have gratitude around. first we'll start with what are you grateful for, okay? And then later we'll get into even more discussion. But I'd love to know, what are you grateful for right now? And I'm going to tell you that I'll be transparent. And this is the part I think that comes in a mastermind, is that you get the raw, real truth, unguarded, without, it's like, yes, I want this to be a professional atmosphere, but I loosen, let my hair down. I don't have any, but if I had some, I got to let it down in this group among these trusted professionals. And, I'm grateful for my beautiful wife. I'm grateful for her because it took me, 40 years to find her. I'm grateful for her because, I had to go through a 20-year relationship that wasn't the best relationship for me in order to be grateful for the one that I have. And, we got married just, oh my gosh, almost 9 months ago. We're in our first year, and I feel like I started living life the moment that I met my wife 5 years ago. So I'm grateful for that. And so let's see. Eddie says the small things are important and often overlooked. You're absolutely right, Eddie, and it is the small things. And so when you are thinking about what you're grateful for, maybe you start with the small things and you lead up to the big things in your life. I just shared my wife. I think that's a pretty big thing. But I started with, I'm thankful for the breath that I'm taking today. I'm grateful for that. Yes. And Eddie also says, I'm grateful for my family. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I was reading an article recently, and it was, the things that we're thankful for, or that you have gratitude around. And the number one thing was health. And in today's world, where we're living in a worldwide pandemic, we're 2 months into, really the heart of a new normal, if you will. And health is the number one thing that everyone's talking about. It's all about health. It starts, I think, with health. Taking that breath, keeping your body healthy. And yes, thankful for that. So Sean Waite says, I'm thankful for the fact that I am in control of my destiny. Even as things are tough right now, I can still make things happen. And if I am willing to do the work and pay the price. Oh my gosh, Sean, thank you so much for sharing that. You're absolutely right. And I agree with you 100%. We're in control of our destiny. It is not left up to chance. It is not left up to luck. We get to make our own luck. That's right. If you start your day with gratitude, it also creates more intention, I think, around the things that you want to do in life, the things that are important to you in life. It creates that to where you help control your destiny. And absolutely, I think that's awesome. And Eddie also agrees with you. So, right now, as we're developing this mastermind group, and it's starting small, which means I think we have roughly around 14 people. I just put in the newest person today, Mary Powell. She just joined minutes ago. I don't think she's yet watching this particular live discussion, but I just put her in minutes ago before we started. So I continued to love and watch how this mastermind will develop and grow, and also the quality of this group is extremely high, and I'm grateful for that. So I also want to transition to, and thank you both, Eddie and Sean, for sharing what you're grateful for. I'd love to know from you how you practice gratitude, not just what you're grateful for, but how you practice gratitude. What do you do in your life to make sure that gratitude stays there, that stays relevant for you, that it's top of mind for you, that it's a daily practice? And if you don't have that yet, maybe now can be the start. But if you do, I'd love to hear from you. And he said, gratitude helps you get your eyes off your problems and onto your potential. Oh my gosh. Eddie, I don't know if that just came to you or if you read that somewhere or heard that somewhere, but I want you to write that down right now, screen capture that, whatever you need to do, because that is a quote, my friend. That is an absolute amazing quote. Gratitude gets your eyes off your problems and onto your potential. I love that. So often I've written, I don't know, probably 20 some quotes, and they've came to me oftentimes sporadically and in a moment. And I wrote one the other day, and I don't have it next to me, but I immediately write them down when they come to me. I'm like, oh wait, that's great, and I write those down, and then I go to Google and I search. Did anyone say this? Like, did I hear this somewhere? Did I read this somewhere? Or did I just come up with this? Or if I didn't come up with the idea, did I say it uniquely different from the way someone else did it or the way that someone else said it? And so that's how you come up with those quotes. So if that's an Eddie Nestigen quote, I'd love to know. All right. Thanks for sharing that. So how are you practicing gratitude? I've shared with you that I get up more every morning, and I think and I start my day with gratitude. I also make it a point to show others that I'm grateful for them. I let them know, or I'll do little check-ins with people that are the closest to me, that I care, that I love about the most. And I'm letting them know that I'm grateful for them. And I'll tell you, someone who's in this group that I don't think is watching right now, but it's in this group that is great for expressing gratitude, and that's Bo Young. Bo with Banner Season has just this fantastic, streamlined, easy way to let your customers know that you're grateful for them. So if you're looking to find a process for that, because we get busy and we forget, or we don't take the time, Bo has this fantastic streamlined process that doesn't let you forget. Your customers and friends and family think you're an absolute rock star, and it's simple. So check out and seek out Bo inside this group for that information. All right, let's see. Eddie says, every time I start whining, I try to turn to be thankful, and that changes my day around and helps me focus. Yes, yes. Just yesterday I had a really rough conversation with my son. My son's grown. He's 27 now. Keep telling my age, right? So he's 27 now. He's got 3 children of his own. He's not always made the best of choices in his life. I'm not saying they're all been bad. I love my son, but I had a tough conversation with him yesterday, and it kind of immediately took me down. The bad part of it was at noon, and I had a pile of stuff that needed to get done. And here I am, and my mood has crashed for the day. And so I got back into thinking about, all right, what can I learn from this conversation? What could I have done differently? If you're ever wondering about whose fault it is, it's always your fault. It's always my fault. You got to look to take ownership of all things. You got to look for ways that you can improve it. And by you, I say me. And so it immediately started me climbing back out of that hole of a mood that I was in and getting back into a mindset of productivity, a mindset of gratitude, a mindset of learning, and so on. So we are in control of our destiny. That's what Sean said. I reset my destiny for the day. All right, Sean says journaling and doing at least one small thing a day for someone else is how I practice it, as well as writing 2 handwritten cards a day to people. Oh my gosh, Sean, you are disciplined around this. And, what a great thing to be disciplined in as to show gratitude to others and to record your thoughts that way. And I'm curious too, I mean, if you're doing all this journaling, this is an area I'm not strong in, because I just, I don't enjoy writing. And probably I should do more recording. I played with a new tool recently where I could record my thoughts and then it'll transcribe it. And I like it. I like it a lot, because for a guy like me, I just can't do journaling, although I take lots of notes. So during the 2 months of COVID-19, I went through an entire notepad of notes and started on my next notepad. So, and I do keep those and occasionally review them. Thanks for sharing that. Sean also says that extreme ownership is the key. Yeah, taking ownership. It's our fault. It's also to celebrate and take ownership with the wins that you have too. You know, it's all right to pat yourself on the back sometimes. And Sean also says, been dealing with some of the same things as my son, who is 20 years old. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Kids, you love them. And I remember when my son, he was he's a wonderful young kid, really fun kid to play with as a young boy. And then the moment he turned 12, it was like, oh my gosh, I just want to lock him in his room for a while, because it got tough during those teenage years. And then, you know, then they bring you grandkids eventually, and you love on them and you're grateful for them. All right. Eddie says, I like the idea of handwritten cards. Yes. Can't go wrong with it. And if you need a process around that, Eddie, again, reach out to Bo Young. He's got a great process for that. My internet's struggling, so not able to participate. Gotcha. Thank you, Eddie, for that. If you're not able to participate, keep watching, right? Keep watching, or watch it in replay. And so I want to go to a couple things that, you know, I found in researching gratitude, and I came across a study that was done. There's 7 scientifically proven benefits of gratitude that will motivate you to live thanks year round. And I want to go through a few of these. So it says gratitude opens doors to more relationships. I can't agree more with that. I think it's right on that you're going to be more open to relationships. People are going to be more open to relationships for you. It says, number 2, gratitude improves physical health. Say grateful people experience fewer aches and pains and report feeling better and are healthier than people who are not in gratitude. Gratitude sets the path for success. And that's the, you know, in everything in life. So number 3 is gratitude improves psychological health. Yes. You know, I think it was Will Smith. Will Smith, I believe, said, you know, he believed that mental health is a real thing, that there are people suffering in the world with mental health issues, and it's a real disease in the world. But you also, how are you feeding your mind every day? And if you started your day with gratitude, could it make a difference? Yes. Number 4, gratitude enhances empathy and reduces aggression. I think I already demonstrated that just a moment ago when I was talking about my son. You know, I don't know if I would necessarily call it aggression, but I could see where it would correlate, you know, whether you're having a down day, you're in a bad mood, you're aggressive, whatever. And if you start practicing gratitude instead of aggression, it's going to help. Number 5 was graceful people sleep better. I don't know about you, but I can always use more sleep. And I think when I go to bed in a really good mood, I probably sleep a little bit better. So that makes sense to me also. Number 6 says gratitude improves self-esteem. I couldn't agree more. You know, I think it was, it might have been Jane. I can't remember. No, it was a recent AGC Talks presenter. And one of our recent AGC Talks presenter talked about CEOs and executives having the most mental health difficulties, or having some of the most suicides. And it's because they are leading from up here and they don't feel like they have anyone that gets them here, like they're not a part of something, a part of that group, that they're solo on the island, they're leading that way. And so gratitude improves self-esteem, can definitely help. It says gratitude increases mental strength. Again, all these things are good health benefits. And then I've got a list of things here. I want to share some of this list. Then I'm going to get to the video, and we'll get ready to conclude today's topic. So here's a list. I started just making this tremendous list, and it got long, of things that you can be grateful for. Now, they're not necessarily, it's not like it's my personal list, although I'm sure some of my personal items came out on this list. And so number one, health. Number two, wealth, right? You got to have money to make the world go round. Friends, freedom, parents, weekends, your partner, your life partner, if you have one. Pets, if you have them, can bring gratitude, and you can be grateful for them. Learn from your mistakes. That's an interesting one. And so be grateful for the mistakes that you've made, because that's where you're going to develop your learning. You know, you learn all these ways not to do something, and then you come across the right way to do it. So be grateful for the mistakes. Be grateful for education, your home, that you can read, fresh air, the bed you sleep in, laughter, that's an infectious one, safety, the sunshine. The sun is shining right outside my window right now, and I'm grateful for the sunshine. Time, the time that you have in this world, in this life, on this planet, with the people that you love, the time you have to create the things that you love doing, time. Clean water. If you're in the US and you have clean water, it's something to be thankful for. The cell phone, the technology, the things that you have, love, books, kindness, campfires. Campfires have been one of my saving graces during this pandemic, because my wife and I will go out and we will enjoy a campfire a lot of times on the weekends. And it's that escape. It's that way out of the house. Pain. Be grateful for the pain, because on the other side of the pain is something great. Art. If you're artistic, or if you love art, be grateful for art. Holidays, freedom of speech. This is another area that in the U.S. that we should be extremely grateful for. Rainbows, tears, waking up every morning. I said this at the very beginning. Indoor plumbing. If you're in the U.S., again, most of us have indoor plumbing. Wisdom, the wisdom. Absolutely. Wisdom's important. We learn, we create new wisdom, and the important thing is to share it with others. Motivation. This group motivates me. AGC motivates me. Our speakers motivates me. I'm grateful for them. Eyesight. Groceries. Sunsets. That's another beautiful thing to be grateful for. Entertainment, a sound mind. Diversity. We should be grateful for diversity, because diversity, I love that the world's not all like Travis, right? That there are diverse differences. And the other thing that I love is there are a few different business coaches, team coaches, specialty coaches within this group. I love that, because we're all diversely different. You know, I'll use Sean, since you're watching, as an example. Sean is focused on sales. Now, you may do other coaching, but sales is a big portion of what you do, and you're teaching people, businesses, teams how to develop and get more sales and do it in the right way. And I love that. So it allows us to be diverse, which means that we can still be great referral partners for one another. We can be great helpmates to one another. We can be great proponents of one another. We can send referrals to one another. I love that. Let's see, I'm going to read just a few more of these. I got to see a few of your comments, then we're going to get to that video. Thankful for air conditioning. We'll be thankful for that when the humidity hits. Hearing, thankful for your children. Thank you for the teachers that teach them. Thank you for the oceans. I love the ocean. I remember the first time I ever saw it. Thankful for music. grew up in a very musical family, and I'm always love and identify with music. Entrepreneurs, I think entrepreneurs especially, I love business owners, I love salespeople, all those things. But the entrepreneurial spirit, it's like we don't just see the wall and go, oh, there's a wall, and turn away. We immediately look up. We immediately look to both sides, and we just figure out how we're going to get around that wall, or we're going to get over that wall. Entrepreneurial spirit. Be thankful for investors, the freedom to vote, internet. Be thankful for the challenges that you reach, because the challenges and the struggles are what creates the victories. That's right. Hiking and trails is another big one I'm thankful for right now. Because we get to do a lot of that. We can do that while we're social distancing or physical distancing, and it helps our mental health. It helps us to get out. And last one, armed forces. Thankful for those that have fought for our freedoms, that we can enjoy the gratitude of the things on that list. And so let me go back to the comments here. And let's see, first of all, let's see, Sean says, failure is only permanent. It makes you stop. Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. If it makes you stop, that's the key portion of that sentence. And so don't stop, keep going. It's not a failure if you keep moving it forward. Absolutely. All right. Eddie says, comments the only one thing that he's getting right now. Watch and replay. Eddie, thank you for participating. And let's see, Sean says, thanks for the shout out. Absolutely, my friend. Anytime. Appreciate you and all you do and the difference you make in the world. And the walls go under it, around it, over it, or through it. Oh, I love it. That's a great addition. Or through it. Yes, I love that. Absolutely. So with that, I'm going to go into the last little portion of today's topic. And if you've never seen this video before, even if it's so, and I'm going to get it up here and get it ready, but if you have seen this before, it's worth a watch again. It'd been several years since I'd seen it. If you've never seen it before, it's a great 2-minute inspirational motivation around gratitude. It was shared during a portion of The Secret. Now, I'm not saying this mastermind has anything to do with The Secret. I'm not saying I'm not a teacher of The Secret, although some of the principles I use and enjoy and love, and some of them I don't, and that's okay. But this section, I think we could all benefit from, and it certainly goes with today's topic. So with that, I'm going to get ready to play this video. Maybe I'm going to play this video. Don't you love technology? It worked earlier, but let me just see what I did. Let's try it this way. Maybe Eddie's.
I think everybody goes through times when they say, oh man, things aren't working right, or things are going bad. And there were some things going on in my family, and I found a rock. I was just sitting here holding this rock. You might see me carrying around. I found a rock. I stuck it in my pocket. And I said, you know what? Every time I touch this rock, I'm going to think of something that I'm grateful for. And so every morning when I get up in the morning, I pick it up off the dresser, I put it in my pocket, and I go through the things that I'm grateful for. At night, what do? You empty your pocket, and there it is again. And I've had some different experiences with that. I've had some amazing experiences. I had a guy from South Africa, and every time he saw me drop it, he said, what is that?
Well, what's that?
I explained it to him, so he started calling it a gratitude rock.
Gratitude rock.
2 weeks later, I got an email from him from South Africa. And he said, my son is dying from a rare disease. It's a type of hepatitis. He said, would you send me 3 gratitude rocks? Now, they're just rocks I found off the street, you know? So I said, sure. I had to make sure that the rocks were very special. And so I went out to the stream, looked, picked out the right rocks, and sent them off to him. 4 or 5 months later, I get an email from him. He said, my son's better. He's doing terrific. And he said, but you need to know something. He says, we've sold over 1,000 rocks at $10 a piece as gratitude rocks, and we've raised all this money for charity. Thank you very much. And so it's very important to be in an attitude of gratitude, as I call it.
Another thing that I would suggest that you do right now to turn your life around, and this is so huge that I can't find the words to describe just how powerful this can be for you.
All right. Yes. That again. Oh, that again was just a little clip from The Secret on gratitude. And you know, the real thing about this is that there was no healing in those rocks, right? There was nothing about the rocks, but it was the reminder to practice gratitude. The idea of carrying something in your pocket every day to remind you to do something. You know, I hope that this coaching session, this discussion reminds us all to be grateful for just a little bit about the things that we practice gratitude around. And let's see, Sean says, loved when I watched this video. The Secret is free on Netflix. Yes, I am with you, Travis, on liking much of it, and some parts didn't apply so much to my beliefs. Yeah, totally agree, Sean. You know, that's the thing about me personally. If you get to know me, I rarely share my own political views, religious views, you know, anything. You'll never see me talk about a hot button out in the open on social media. I mean, it's a very close, even my wife said, I don't know who you voted for. I said, no, I usually don't share that information. I don't talk about those things. But what you're going to find about me is that I'm very open-minded, and I'm open-minded to a lot of things, and I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to watch, and I can usually pull away some knowledge or learning out of most things that I'm paying attention to. And so I might like a portion of it and not like another portion of it, but I'll pull the things out that I love. So yeah, I love The Secret, and if you've never seen it, it's a great thing to check out. So please check that out if you haven't. So with that, I'm going to get ready to finish up. Thank you guys so much, Sean, and for Eddie for participating, and others that will be watching in replay. I'd love to know your thoughts on gratitude. If you're watching this in replay, #replay, and then share with us what you're grateful for. Share with us how you practice gratitude. Sean says having a physical totem that represent things that you want to keep top of mind is very effective. Excellent. You know, I'm trying to think if I have anything like that I use, and you know, not that I keep on my person necessarily, but you know, I also think things that can serve. We talked a lot about family today, keeping photo albums nearby. That you look through, that you pay attention to, keeping, you know, photos in your phone that you revisit. My vision and goal board is right here to my left, that I see it every single day, all day long while I'm working, you know, keeping things top of mind. Absolutely. So with that, I'm going to get ready to finish us all up. Thank you guys for participating, and I'm grateful for you.